Wow, guys. So we know history has been altered by the devil system, right? And we know little things like Ghislaine Maxwell's father had a company that wrote the books for our educational system, right? So you think they might have altered a few things, right? You would think. Anyway, I'm in book 8 right now, and there's so many awesome notes I've seen. But there's a little history study I want to share with you guys. The Hanukkah story. Because you probably don't know the real Hanukkah story, if at all. You guys know about the menorah and how it had oil that burned longer than it was supposed to, right? That's probably most of what most people have heard, if at all. The Jews were also fighting over control of the temple. Jew against Jew. Some wanted to Hellenize Judaism, Zeus, etc. They wanted to add all these other gods. Hellenize, Greek. Confirmation. Hellenization versus non-Hellenization. Power hungry with evil intent. Jewish priests fighting is no less than followers of the devil trying to destroy God's plan. Because that's what they were doing. They were trying to turn the temple into worshiping all these other gods. Antiochus turned the temple into shrine to Zeus. Look it up. Antiochus. I'll put the name at the top. He forced the Jews to celebrate pagan holidays. I put in quotations. Sound familiar? Easter, Christmas, da-da-da. Seleucids demanded Jews turned pagan. Matitov rose up and killed Jewish priests who allied with pagans for power. Many of the Jewish priests allied with these other armies so that way they could have power over the temples. The common Jews had to make a choice. Wow. Gymnasiums were pushed on the Jews. Personal physical excellence and sport. They were building gymnasiums in the Jewish land to try to make them all excited about sport, while at the same time they were attacking the temple and trying to teach people to worship these false gods. Just like devils do. Now Maccabee, a Judah hammer, I have those in quotations, rose up with pure faith. A tiny group, but they used lightning attacks against huge armies. They also got help from Rome. Wow, light and dark. That was in quotations. The small groups that followed Judah took the temple back. They tore down the altar and the altar to the false gods, and they made a new one. The menorah only had enough pure olive oil for one day. Now they light it in the temple, right? But it burned for 7. So it only have enough olive oil to burn for one day. But it lasted for 7 while these groups were fighting over the temple. Giving them enough time to make more pure olive oil. After taking the temple back, they were still fighting in the city. Judah was killed. It took over 20 years for the rest of the Greeks to be kicked out of the city. Jews versus Seleucids and Hellenizers. That's how Rome got in. 7-stem menorah was in the temple only. They made an 8-stem outside it, with a 9th stem is servant. So they added more stems to the menorah outside the temple. But the original menorah is a 7-stem menorah. Why is that? Because it's a type. It's pointing to the 7 stars that are in the Lord's hands, or the 7 church ages. There's light to each age. And that's what it symbolizes, friends. Anyway, a little history study for you. I had some powerful testimonies, but this one seemed important at this moment to share. I hope you heard it. Be well.